Hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on the Mad Scientist laboratory in our haunted mansion. And we're going to get in here to the sneaky peek. And I'm going to show you, this is a big page. You'll be liking this one. All right. What it is, I have this embossing folder that has the fan pattern on it. So I made one of those. And I rubbed some darker purple over it. I did it on a purple paper. And I rubbed some darker purple over it and a little bit of gold. And I went into the creases with a blue purple. I just kind of try to make it pop out. I put a few pearls on it. Beyond the purple skies, I chose that. Excuse my fingers. I've been out there dyeing paper. And I saw Creating with Jovi. She talked about her black papers, and she just put black paint into her coffee dyed juice and dipped it in, threw it out in the yard. So that's what I'm trying. If it succeeds, I'll show you on my next video. But anyhow, I have this die cut. It's a little umbrella. So I made a Victorian lady. I had a feather stamp. And then over here, this is I love fans. I love fan quilts. I've sewn them before. But this was my idea of a small tuck area. And it's a little tuck on each one. And it actually goes down further than what you see. It'll go all the way down to this base here. So you can do higher or taller items as you go up. But I just had a few little ones to stick in there, so that's what I used. I had these packs of decorative papers that I had not used for years. Finally got to it. And this is a piece of paper that I got from, I think it was Hobby Lobby. It's like a gold. It's very pretty. I wish I had gotten some to go in my haunted mansion. I don't even think they have it anymore. I put a little bit of this gold trim here. I put a brad to hold all of them together. It's the one piece is the same one all the way up. And then they're attached here. This is where this tassel hangs off of that you've seen. I have a little doily in behind that I've slightly inked and put a little gold edge on it. But that's it. It just lays on top of there. I did have to watch that I don't catch it when I put my closure on there. But I always love that. And it's on a piece of notebook paper or graph paper that kind of bled on me. So I thought that might be something I could do in the future and show you. I would like for you to shout out if you would like to see that. I'm going to have to start making a list. I know I've got a couple other things, if I can keep remembering, that I need to put on there. All right, so our mad scientist room is on the other side of the witch's kitchen. And remember, this piece from the witch's kitchen has to be glued down on that side, and it will be covered with something else that's over here. Well, since this one's got all this yucky on it, I don't know, I got that from some black ink somewhere. I'll probably just go ahead and cover this whole page. So that's where this page come in. And see, it's got green bubbles on it. It's got like vials and things down here where it looks like some scientist is working on something. And I even like the purple. And this was given to me. And it had other things in it. I think it's part of some kind of a fairy tale set. I know some of y'all have probably seen them. There's one that's got a big castle on it. Oh, I can't remember some of the other. One's got a fairy on it. Anyhow, so I would have liked to put this down at the bottom, but I don't. I want to put a skeleton in here. This skeleton right here, per se, I want him to be down here in the right lower corner. Like he's on a desk or something right up at you. So I want to do that. And I'll probably do a drippy candle. And of course, I'll probably use some of the grungy, and I'll probably have a spider crawling across there. So I want to do that in white embossing powder. So that's where this green comes in. I'm going to stamp him on here and then kind of rip it out to make it a pocket. Because I wanted something on this page to be, useful, which actually it still may be, because I may make this a pocket going in like that with this paper behind. So that's a couple of my plans. I also wanted to get a window in here. So what I thought is I would put this over here. Was it this side or this side? One of these sides I had decided it's probably this side. I'm going to go up a little bit because this pocket's going to hide that bottom area. So it looks like you're looking through a window and seeing some of his stuff. And then these bubbles are going up a little bit. And this will be under here. So that is the plan. I do think I need to trim off a little bit of this side, which you're not going to lose anything anyhow. So let me get over and do that. And I'm going to cut this one to size. And I'll be right back. Okay. As you can see, this is about how I want this top portion to be. I did cut this shorter than I thought, but then I thought, oh no, that works because this is colored on the background. And then it will slide in there a whole lot easier. This piece will go up underneath of there and get glued. Then this whole section here gets glued down. I have little pieces over here. I don't know if you can see them, but I've got the mad scientist and the apothecary. And I've got two of these to do. So this guy, he's going to be the mad scientist. And what he is, and I think this may be going with the other person. I've got two of these packs that I collected all these things to go with a certain person. No, I think that'll go with this one. But this lady, she's going to be my Madame Curie, or Marie Curie. And she was a Polish-French physicist and chemist, and she conducted pioneering research on radioactivity. I thought she would fit into the idea of Frankenstein and all that kind of stuff with a haunted house. So I thought that would work. And then I had this guy, and look at him. He looks like a mad scientist, doesn't he? He's in that pack with the Halloween baseboards, or... It's one of those. Hang on. I'm trying to remember. It's this great pack. It's a Layers and Paper Dolls, Halloween 2023. It's this one. So I was going around trying to figure out which one of these people I wanted, and he fits so well. So well. So I have this window. That was from the Halloween baseboards and doors and windows. And you can see a couple of the things inside. You can see the bubbles coming up. And I'm going to glue him right down there on top of that side of that window. I don't know if it's actually feasible idea-wise, but I think it'll work for me. And then I have all this red stuff. This is purple, but I got a bunch of red. But I got all these things to put around here, or to layer into the skeleton area below. I thought this might look like him. W.H. Gore. Get it, Gore? Druggist and apothecary. But I thought this guy looks like Nicola Tesla. Now, Nicola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor. He was an electrical engineer, most famous for alternating current. So, he also has to do with Frankenstein-y stuff. So, what we're going to do next, we're going to take, since I have this pretty much laid out, I'm going to get my paper over here, and we're going to get set up to do some of our skeleton face. So we can get that ripped out and our pocket already fixed. So we want to get him out, get him on here. I'll be right back. Okay, and this piece, of course, is from the Foreboding stamp set. I love that one. I got it and the other one in particular for Halloween. The other one I had it before this Halloween, though, because I like it with the grave diggers. Now, see, that's what the guys always called us over in West Virginia. When we come into town, we go to the Dairy Queen, and that's where our guys were. They were all sitting there shooting a breeze real early in the morning. Now, I'm not an early riser, but these guys would come in early and be talking and spreading the gossip and all that the guys do. Now, what I've got here, I've used the Versamark watermark stamp pad, and that's going to give me that clear gel on here. And then I can get in here and sprinkle my white on it. But yeah, we would go and we'd ask them all this kind of stuff about who was recently buried, because we only get over there twice a year for like a week each time. And they'd fill us in because we were recording all the cemeteries, and then we would usually go hike a cemetery and find a person and see what's what. Sometimes he didn't have a stone yet, so we'd have to come back like the next visit and find out, what they had on their stone so we could record it in our book. Let me set that to the side because I'm going to go in here with a second one right over top of that first one. Or maybe I'll go over here to the right or left. Okay, let's do it that way. It's easy for me to rip it out that side. Did I thank you for coming to visit? I sometimes just get right on into this and forget all about the niceties. That's me. I just get on into the creating. All right, put that one here. Am I out of screen? I probably am. There we go. Let me scooch it up a little bit. Stamp it down. Then we're going to put our paper back under there. I actually might just put this on it, and then I'll put my paper under there. That's probably enough. This stuff, no matter what you try, it always gets everywhere. So don't even try to be too neat with it. Okay. See, I kind of rocked it and rolled it and got it everywhere. Needs a little bit more right there, I think. There we go. All right. So let me get this back in the container. I can already see it right there. Oh, it's great. It's great stuff, but it's very messy. Very messy. Okay. Put that back under the table, and we'll get our heat gun out and start blasting away. All right. Bring it back over here. We'll get it cemented in, and then we'll go from there. Let's see if you can see where it turns. I usually fan around, sometimes on the back. I don't like that white there. Okay. Sometimes you can brush off what you don't want to stay on there. Let's see if I can get, oh, there it goes. See it? Turning white after that little bit of milky, cloudy. Sometimes you have to turn it just right to see it in the light. So, and then always make sure you do have it all done, because sometimes I've rubbed my finger over it, it's still got the grainy texture where it didn't get heated. Yeah, especially these solid areas. All right, those are done. Get this out of the way. And we have 2 pockets. And we are going to get rid of this first, and I'll be right back. Okay, now the part we got to do is we're going to rip. And I want to rip it around the head and then kind of come down a little bit. Now, if you wanted the white to show, you rip the other way. So I'm going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Which I think if I rip too much, I won't be covering my, yeah, let me rip this, and then I'm going to test it, because I think I may have ripped it down too far. All right. Yeah, you know, it's the way Rhoda rolls. Now, I can probably hide that, though, with something here, like maybe the eye. Yeah, maybe I can just do that. Because, see, I went and ripped down just a little bit too far. And I guess I could leave that for his feet, but That's all right. Okay, but we do need to rip a little bit more hair off. Or actually, we just trim that part off because that's right at the edge. Yeah, that's good. Now, let me rip this other one. To tell you the truth, I'm not crazy about that white. So we'll fix that. I think when you rip away from yourself, you get the solid, and then when you rip towards yourself, you get that white. Okay, so I need to rip another one. I'll be right back. Okay, let's get to working on putting some stuff together. We're going to glue this edge right here, right that in that spot, to go underneath the lip of this one. Right there. Now this part, leave a little bit of an edge because that's got to go into the spine. And we want to have a little bit of an area for it to flip and to be tied in. We don't want it to be too tight. Yeah. Because I'm going to have something in here that's going to go in the middle of the signature, so it won't be right there. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and glue this down because this part's basically done. It's here for the looks. It's like eye candy. Oh. Yeah, I've been thinking about this page and thinking about it, and I'm like so confused on what I wanted to do with it because it didn't have that much room. But I wanted to get the point across. So I finally kind of come up with this. I knew I found this and I thought, oh, you know, that's got all the right things for a mad scientist lab. And then if I put it all the way at the bottom, I couldn't do my skull. So I had to think about that. So I kept putting it off and putting it off. Oh, trying to create it out in my mind before, you know, I got here on paper. All right, oh, that's my stair steps on the back side. I'm hitting something that's not giving me much leeway. All right, so next we have put our guy up here. Somewhere we got to put the mad scientist part. All right, so this goes here where you can see the vials. You can see inside his window. He goes here, but I'm going to have some goodies around the outside of it that I probably want to tuck up underneath. So we want to get those over here figured out, like fragile or poison. Well, we might want to get his. See, that's too small to go down there, or big to go down there, so we might have to have this up here. Yeah, we'll probably put it right over there, or it's glue. So we got to put that up there. That's his shingle he's hung out to advertise his wares. I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge there so it's a frame. Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, we do have the eyeball. I said I was going to put probably right there to hide that spot. I had something about table of the skeleton, but I don't know. Oh, sorry. Actually, I might put, would that work under here? I don't really need the rest of it because it's, I can't hardly read it. So, what if we do this? What if we cut it off? Because I might be able to use some of this in another area. So we'll do that. We won't waste it. We'll just use it elsewhere. But we will put this underneath of here, because we know he probably studies bone structure. Yep, like right there. Well, I can sort of see. It sort of blends in, doesn't it? I was worried about the combination there. And we have something about a chemist here. We got this. That looks like a, what do you call it? A recipe for disaster. Let's call it that. I am Newt to a frog. He probably borrows from the witches. Alright, we're going to stick that right under here. And it's also got something about physician and surgeon right there. Oh, yeah. Popping right up in that window. Okay, and next we want to have his little doodaddy here somewhere. So we'll probably put that right there, because nobody can read that. Where's the... I might have to trim down this just a tad on the bottom so I can get down there where I want to be. I always wondered about this one tooth here. See this one tooth? It looks like a vampire tooth. I'm not sure what Tim was going for there, but I thought that was interesting. Okay, that's good. And then this can work in right there. Yep, you can't see the bottom of it, but I think we're okay with that. So you take all these little pieces and parts that you have, and you just kind of play with them. You try to see what works for you, what would work in this spot, what tells the story. That's my main thing. I like to tell a story. So I'm always trying to get my pieces and parts to work together to do that. And like I said, the eyeball goes over here. The fragile do not drop, handle with care. I may not be getting that one on here. I don't know. I don't know. Or can I put the limbs? Maybe I can put this one over here and see how it does. We'll just put that down on the bottom. You always want to have something with script on it that adds to the look of your piece. It doesn't have to be readable. Sometimes it's better if it's not readable. But yeah, we're going to put that about right here. Talking about bones in the skeleton. Let me see. There. I'm trying to get the word skeleton in the thing here. There we go. It's finally in there. Alright, so we're going to wipe that off, and we're going to trim off this edge here. And we have what we want for that edge. Then we have the eye. He may give seeing tests to people. You never know. So, I'm not exactly sure where the glue needs to be on this one, so I'm going to make like a little guesstimate here. And then we're going to put it down on there. Let's see what we see. Yep, that'll work. Keep me in your mind's eye. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I'm going to put a few little goodies down in here. Like maybe that right here. I never knew what that little part was on that skeleton head. It always kind of weirded me out. So we can cover it. We are going to cover it. This is a prescription of some sort. Like he wrote up a prescription. And then we have a Alfred Parker Chemist pennyroyal. Gonna put that down. And gonna put that here maybe. Yeah. Do about right there. We can still see that. Now, I think I might put my poison up here at the very top to go with the red down here and the red here, so it draws your eye. Red is always a warning. So you want to have that if you have something that's supposed to be evil or dangerous or, you know, something along those sorts. Maybe we'll get our fragile in with Madame Curry's. Now, from what I can see, this is done. This has been put on here. And actually, this piece here, now that I got it down, is supposed to be held under here by this piece. Okay. Now, we're going to get our... And you know, I might use fabric tack for this part. Just to be safe. Because I've got a few little bumps there. So let's do that. And this will dry just as fast. Okay. That's good. Get our lid back on there. Oh, got my finger in it too. Whoopsie. Now, let's get this down just right where I can see my vial. And it's right at the edge. There we go. I can still see my bubbles. There. I'm holding it down for a second because I love this old looking wood. I mean, that's what you would see in these haunted houses and old rickety houses. It's been forgotten. Now I'm going to actually just put the glue right across here. Okay, maybe a little bit here. And I think that might be all I need. Maybe a little bit extra there, where his feet's going to be planted. Okay. Now I can wipe off my excess. I got a little bit there and a little bit there between his toes. There we go. So he is in there. I have the mad scientist part. Now once I get this down, I'll figure out where exactly I want that to be. And I'm thinking I might want to pull that up just a tad. Yeah, I'm good with that. Oh, covered his feet, didn't I? Oh, well, he's behind there. So let's glue that down. Yeah. I'm out there dyeing some paper because I just about went through all of my papers. I made a couple more simple journals to go to the shop, and lo and behold, you know, I don't even know if I'm going to get anything in this pocket. It's kind of on the tight side, it feels like. That's all right. It's kind of there. But yeah, so I had to get in there and do some more, at least tea dye. Well, it's sort of tea dye, coffee dye, RIT dye. It was a mixture. And I do see where I probably am going to have to trim that little bit off. So it will go in the spine. Yeah, there we go. Now, where does the mad scientist part need to go? Right here. Yeah, that might be a good spot. Because I got dark here, I got black there, black here, then it'll have black up here. Yeah. We go with that, we go with that. Now, I don't think I'm going to get the Madame Curie one finished on film here today. I'll probably stop so I can go ahead and check on my papers. But I will have that one to show the next time we are together. It's always nice to have something to show. Now see, even though this pocket didn't work, I still have this big old pocket to use. And that's great. Now I got the head here. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave well enough alone, Rhoda. So, okay. So my Nicola Tesla Mad Scientist page is done. Let's get some stuff out of the way. All right, so here's what we have. We got poison. I've got druggist and apothecary. You see through his window, his stuff bubbling away. You've got his little mixing coil or mortar and pestle here. Table of the skeleton. Physician and surgeon. His receipt for a drug. And that. So I was using anything and everything that was out of a couple of my packs that I bought with ephemera. All right, I want to thank you for coming to visit, and I hope you got a few ideas on how to layer and how to get your color to move around your page so your eye is drawn everywhere, not just in one position. So I thank you. The only thing I still wanted to do was a drippy candle, and I did not get that on here, but I think I'm good with that. There's no room for it anyway. So thank you. Thank you for coming to visit. All my subscribers and viewers, I've been growing in subscribers lately, and I'm just so appreciative. I really love to know that I'm giving you something that's interesting to see. And I was looking around to see if I had anything I just recently finished, but I don't see anything. So I will get with you next time and show you something like the other side of the apothecary Marie Curie. And we'll work on another one of our pages in this journal. We're needing to get it done. So come back and visit again. Bye-bye.